Hey, good afternoon. We are back for the second video in our series this Holy Week, day by day through Holy Week, tracing the footsteps of Jesus, or through Jerusalem and around Jerusalem during this very eventful week. The Gospels devote more time to this one week than any other time in all of Jesus' ministry. Uh, if you look, there's surprising amounts of the things that we are familiar with from the Gospels taking place all in these very few days. So if you watched our Palm Sunday worship this morning already, then you know one of the big things that's happening on this Sunday of leading into Holy Week. That is, of course, the triumphant entry into Jerusalem. All four of the Gospels give us an account of this. As he approaches the city, he has this donkey brought to him, or the colt. He references the prophecy from Zechariah. Behold, the king is coming to you, sitting on the colt of a donkey. So he comes in. Now he's traveling from Bethany, where he'd arrived the previous day. Bethany is a small village, not far at all from Jerusalem, just a couple of miles away. And today it has pretty much, I believe it's pretty much been absorbed into the Jerusalem metro area. So it's not even a distinct village anymore. But it's not a long distance between the two. So he travels from Bethany on the donkey in. We are familiar with the account of Palm Sunday, with the crowd throwing their cloaks and their palm branches down on the ground and praising Jesus. Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. These are the things we echo in our Palm Sunday worship. The other things that happen during that time, as he approaches Jerusalem, he approaches the city, and in Luke's gospel says that he paused and wept over the city, saying, "If you had known on this day the things that make for peace, but they are hidden from your eyes." This mourning over the city of Jerusalem, knowing what was going to happen in that week, but also knowing the destruction that was going to happen to it in the future. In the year 70 AD, the entire city was destroyed and demolished by the Romans after a Jewish revolt against their authority. There's a church built on the side of the Mount of Olives, looking out over the Temple Mount. The church is called Dominus Flevit. The Latin simply means Jesus wept. It's the point at which, supposedly, he paused during this approach to the city and wept over it. And continuing on, Matthew and Mark both tell us that he went to the temple. Matthew gives the account of clearing the temple, going into the courtyard and driving out all those who are buying and selling and turning over the tables, the money changers, and so forth. It is written, "My house shall be called a house of prayer. You've turned it into a den of thieves." This also takes place on Palm Sunday, according to Matthew's gospel. Coming into the city, and the first thing he does is and tries to clear out the temple. And it says that the people, both the Jewish leaders and the crowds, heard what they said, and the crowds continue crying out this praise to him, "Hosanna to the Son of David," even as the leaders continue to plot against him. After that, it says he returns back to Bethany. So during this Holy Week, he is not staying in the city of Jerusalem. He's going into Jerusalem during the day, but returning to Bethany every night to sleep there. So as the accounts, Matthew, Mark, and Luke all tell us that he goes back out to Bethany to spend the night there. Mark, in particular, says he went out late in the day. So obviously he had a very full day. I can't blame him for wanting to go and take some rest. So again, overview of this day, Sunday leading into Holy Week, the triumphant entry into Jerusalem, the events of Palm Sunday. After that, visit to the Temple Mount, and clearing the temple with the, you have made my house to be a house of prayer, you made it into a den of thieves. After that, they go back out of the city to Bethany to spend the night there. Join us again tomorrow for some Holy Week worship services, but also these brief videos walking through step by step. All right, see you tomorrow.